Workers affiliated to the National Union of Food, Beverage, Wine, Spirits and Allied Workers are continuing their strike today. They are demanding a 4.8% wage increase and a 13th check every December. eNCA reporter Hloni Mthimkhulu is tracking this story for us. She's back and she's going to give us an update. Good afternoon, Bongani. Tell us, what is this all about? I mean, they are not disputing wage per se. I understand they have an issue with working conditions as well.
Yeah, that's right, Bradan. So it's not so much the 4.8% wage increase that they are disputing. That was granted, that was agreed to in April, and that was meant to come into effect from the beginning of April until the 31st of March next year. But what is in question for the workers affiliated with the Food and Beverages Union are the working conditions that they are complaining about, that the Coca-Cola Beverages SA company has them under. So there's a new, or it's not new, there's a shift rotation system that is in place, and I think it's been amended, and so they don't like that amendment or how things are at the moment, where they want to work a 5-day work week, whereas there's a 6-day work week that is in place at the moment. And so they are complaining mainly about that sort of shift rotation system. They do have other grievances as well in terms of that, but that is the main one. And they are also, and the problem for them is that they are the minority union at the company, whereas the Food and Allied Workers Union is the majority union, and FAU has already agreed to these terms. And so for Coke, for CCBSA, it doesn't make sense that they then accede to the demands made by the smaller union, whereas the bigger union representing most of the workers has agreed to it. And so there is this tension, I guess you could say, although it is a recognized strike, but there is this dispute that is happening now between CCBSA and some of its workers. But the workers do say that it wasn't their intention to get to this point, but they feel that they have not been heard, that their contentions around this rotation system have not been heard, that the employer hasn't quite come to them and hasn't quite engaged with them. And they say actually that they have not engaged in good faith, because they are saying that they wanted the 4.8 only, not this other rotation system, and they're still disputing that. But let us hear from the protesters and from the employees just in terms of what exactly they have an issue with in terms of their employer.
This 4.8% is not the one we initiated, but then we made a miss that, okay, we can take this 4.8% and then in return we fix these working conditions, because you cannot work a fixed shift 7 days a week, no rest. Then they will tell you when to rest at their own time. We have families, we have things to attend to, so it is really not fair. So Velapi, the managing director, he really wants people to move out of the union so they can get their increase. So that's not what we are looking for. What we are looking for is for him, as the managing director, to sit down with us, talk to us and reach the agreement and meet our demands.
There you have it, Declan. They want to sit down, they want negotiations to discuss the other demands, but what is Coca-Cola saying?
So that's not going to happen, not the way that they are demanding or are looking for, by what we have heard from CCBSA. They did issue out a statement just saying that they wouldn't agree to these terms, again, by a minority union. And also just, they said that it doesn't quite make sense what they're asking for when some of these shift rotations have been in place for more than 10 years, and there's a new rotation that was agreed to by other workers. So they can't change their ways of working for a minority union versus a new one. So I don't think that they are going to get what the workers, that is, are going to get what they've asked for. CCBSA rather, did say that they recognize their rights to protest. They can protest. They're able to protest from 8 a.m. until 4 p.m. every day. It's a no work, no pay protest. So for as long as this protest does continue, it started last week Thursday, for as long as it does continue, they will not be paid, but they can do it. But in terms of negotiating the specific terms that the workers are asking for, that is not something that CCBSA is prepared to do, Bradan.
Thank you very much, Hloni Mthimkhulu. An update on that labour dispute there.